Hello, everyone. My name is Seth, and today I want to give you my top 5 movies for the 4th of July. I'm here, I'm wearing a bunch of my Atlanta Braves stuff, red, white, and blue. You know, on the 4th of July, a lot of people go see fireworks, a lot of people have cookouts, have burgers, whole bunch of stuff. Maybe go see a baseball game, something like that. But just in case you don't want to do any of those things, just kind of want to stay at home, have a chill day, but still want to celebrate the 4th of July. Here, I'm going to talk about my top 5 favorite movies that are kind of 4th of July adjacent, I guess I would say. But before I go any farther, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Coming in at number 5 is, you probably guessed was on this list, Independence Day, starring Will Smith and Bill Pullman, Jeff Goldblum, directed by Roland Emmerich. And with me saying directed by Roland Emmerich, you already kind of get an idea what kind of movie this is. It's a huge disaster movie. And so what else do you need other than disaster movie? There's a lot of explosions. Aliens come to attack. If you're just looking to have something on in the background while you're grilling or you're having friends or family over or whatever, this is a good one. The whole premise around this movie, kind of like I alluded to, aliens come, communications are cut off on I think it's the 2nd of July, and then they decide Independence Day, July 4th, that will be the day where the Earth fights for their independence. And that's just about all you need for just a fun 4th of July movie. And like I said, it's fun. I mean, this isn't going to win any Oscars for writing or for acting or anything like that, but you know what? It's fun. I mean, Will Smith is very charismatic in this. I love Jeff Goldblum in everything. And that speech from Bill Pullman, that is one of the all-time great movie speeches. And this is just kind of a feel-good movie. Number 4 is The Sandlot. Baseball, the pool, summer, hanging out with your friends, that just screams 4th of July to me. And if you can't tell by everything I'm wearing, I absolutely love baseball. Here on the 4th of July, that's really the only sport going. And so you can definitely find a game somewhere to catch or whatever. And this whole movie revolves around friends playing baseball, and they really nail that dynamic of just a bunch of friends coming together, hanging out, getting into adventures and things like that. It's just really kind of a special movie in that sense. But again, like Independence Day, it's fun. It's just a nice, light, fun movie. It's funny. All of the kids are great. And they really just capture that feeling, like I said, of friends being together, hanging out, having adventures in the summer. It's just a really, really good time. Also, I gotta say, I love seeing James Earl Jones in this. It's just always a good time when he shows up in a movie and he's just good in this. Number 3 is the most recent movie on this list. It is Top Gun Maverick. I'll be honest, I didn't love the trailers for this movie. I just kind of thought, whatever, it'll be fine, I guess. It's a sequel to a movie that's pretty good. It's enjoyable, but it's so long after. It's whatever. I didn't really think much of it, but then I saw it, and oh my word, it is so good. If you have not seen Top Gun Maverick at this point, it is on Paramount Plus. If you don't have Paramount Plus, go get it on Redbox or whatever. Ask a friend to borrow it. You need to see this movie. It is just so, so good. And I absolutely think it 100% deserved its nomination for Best Picture. It'd be really easy to mess up kind of a legacy sequel like this. I mean, just ask Independence Day Resurgence. But they absolutely nailed this movie. There's a lot of really good connections to the original without really relying on the original, I would say. It doesn't rely on the original to make this movie good. It's just good by itself. Tom Cruise is amazing in this. Everything with the planes is fantastic. The fact that they did a lot of that for real really adds to the movie, and it has you on the edge of your seat. All of the action in this is just top notch. It's so, so good. The characters are strong, and even though the story isn't necessarily complex, it's really nothing like super special. It doesn't need to be, and it does exactly what it needs to do. It really is just a breath of fresh air, and it just excels in basically every way. And I also got to add, I love how the whole mission is basically the Death Star trench run. So that's just an extra fun thing there for any Star Wars fans. You'll definitely recognize that. Number 2, this is another one you probably guessed was going to be on this list, is Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, I could have put one of the other Captain America movies on this list. I do actually like The Winter Soldier and Civil War maybe a little bit better than this. I mean, The Winter Soldier is one of the best comic book movies, period. But this one really fits the vibe for the 4th of July. The First Avenger is just pure Captain America awesomeness. All of the action in this is really well done, and Chris Evans, as we all know, is perfect as Captain America, and you see this right from the beginning. He does an amazing job, but the rest of the cast is really good too. Haley Atwell is awesome. Sebastian Stan is really good in this, and sometimes I even forget that Tommy Lee Jones is in this, and he's really good in this as well. You have some really great emotion here, and this is almost just a perfect superhero origin story. Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull doesn't have a ton of depth. That's one of the things quite a few of the Marvel villains have suffered from, but man, does he play a really good villain. Even though he doesn't have the depth, he's just a really good villain. He gives a really good performance. This is just a really great, fun Marvel movie, and I think this is a great 4th of July movie. Number 1 is Jaws. No 4th of July movie list would be complete without Jaws. This is the first summer blockbuster. This is really where all of these huge movies coming out in the summer, this is where it starts. You know, recently we've had like The Flash and Across the Spider-Verse, and we're having Indiana Jones and Oppenheimer and Barbie. All of those, like, we have a ton of movies coming out in the summer. The summer blockbuster is just a staple. And it all goes back to Jaws. The story even takes place around the 4th of July. This is Steven Spielberg at the absolute top of his game. He just directs this movie so incredibly well. I'd say his direction, honestly, is basically perfect in this. He's able to build tension and pay it off so incredibly well. His storytelling in this is amazing, and the performances from the whole cast is amazing, but really that boat scene, that monologue from Robert Shaw is absolutely legendary. My parents were old enough to remember this movie coming out, and I remember I watched Jaws for the first time with my mom, and she told me she remembers people being afraid to get into the water at the ocean after this movie came out, and you absolutely understand why. And you can't mention Jaws without mentioning the score. John Williams is an absolute legend. He is the best film composer to ever do it. Even if you haven't seen this movie, you could probably recognize the score. There's not much more I can say that hasn't already been said about Jaws. There is a reason that it has the legacy that it has. So if you have not seen Jaws, please go watch it. It is amazing. I don't think you'll regret it at all. And if you have already seen it, I totally recommend a July 4th rewatch. And that's it. That's my list of my top 5 4th of July movies. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Did I miss one? Let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, @CinemaSeth. And don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. And I'll see you next time.